Good day, here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expressed his appreciation to the Philippine Army as it celebrates its 128th founding anniversary. In a ceremony over the weekend at the Army headquarters in Taguig City, President Marcos lauded their commitment to national defense, constitutional integrity, and public safety, whether in wartime or peace. The president said soldiers should be recognized for their courage and resilience. He said the Army must adapt to evolving security challenges, including cyber threats. He vowed government support in reinforcing the Army's welfare programs and streamlining the processes for faster access. At the same time, President Marcos commended Army Chief Lieutenant General Roy Galido for upholding a standard of excellence that makes the Army worthy of people's trust and respect. The president also said soldiers should set aside their personal interests and work for the greater good with a selfless heart and an aspiration towards a united, just, and peaceful nation. For its part, Galido thanked the president for increasing the daily subsistence allowance of military personnel from 150 to 350 pesos. This after President Marcos signed Executive Order 84 on March 14. Galido said the Army is boosting support on the field by deploying mobile kitchens and strengthening transport support with civilian mobilization. The government has offered free rides to assist commuters affected by the three-day transport strike led by the group Manibela starting today. Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon said over the weekend that additional buses will be deployed along the EDSA busway, while the LRT-1 and MRT-3 will make more trains available. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority will also mobilize free ride buses to ferry commuters in impacted areas as needed and will monitor the strike through its command center. Meanwhile, the National Capital Region Police Office, Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, and local government units have deployed their own assets to help commuters. NCRPO spokesperson Major Hazel Astilo said they plan to deploy around 8,000 personnel, including nearly 2,500 from the Civil Disturbance and Management Unit. Manibela launched their transport strike earlier today against the PUV modernization program as it accused the LTFRB of misrepresenting the consolidation numbers of compliant public utility vehicle drivers and operators. The Department of Agriculture is encouraging the vulnerable sector to buy more of its 29 peso per kilo rice. This after the DA tripled the monthly allocation for the affordable rice from 10 to 30 kilos. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. said the new policy will be implemented immediately. Tiu Laurel urged beneficiaries to take advantage of the DA's new policy as it responds to calls for greater access to more affordable food. The 29 peso per kilo rice is made available in Kadiwa stores and centers to vulnerable sectors including senior citizens, persons with disabilities, solo parents, and indigents. The rice comes from the National Food Authority's buffer stocks. Also available are the rice varieties from the Rice for All programs, which are sold at 43 per kilo for rice with 5% broken grains, 35 pesos per kilo for rice with 25% broken grains, and 33 pesos per kilo for 100% broken rice. In news overseas, Pope Francis has returned to the Vatican after more than 5 weeks in the hospital. The Pope made a public appearance and gave his blessing from one of the balconies of Gemelli Polyclinic Hospital before his release on Sunday. He then headed to the Basilica of St. Mary Major to pray before the icon of Mary Salus Populi Romani. The Vatican said he will rest and continue recovery for about 2 months. Pope Francis was hospitalized for breathing problems, during which he was diagnosed with bilateral pneumonia. Catholics and non-Catholics worldwide prayed for his speedy recovery, with many holding vigils at the Vatican and outside his hospital. In our business news, MRT3's operating hours on weekday evening were extended to an hour starting today, March 24. According to the Department of Transportation, to ensure faster travel for commuters, additional trains will be deployed during peak hours. MRT3 stations depart at 4:30 a.m. and 5:05 a.m. respectively. The extended operating hours were implemented after the OTR Secretary Vince Dizon's inspection of the Taft, Ayala, and Shaw stations on March 17. North Avenue Station's entrance closes at 10:25 p.m. for southbound trips, while Taft Avenue Station closes at 11:04 p.m. for northbound. Meanwhile, effective this Monday noon, NLEX Corporation will temporarily waive toll fees for motorists traveling northbound from Balintawak to May Kawayan. This is in response to an earlier request from Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon to waive toll fees during repairs after an 18-wheeler tanker caused severe damage on the Marilao Bridge. NLEX Corporation stated that changes in traffic flow have been made to support ongoing repairs and to ensure motorists' safety. Toll relief will remain in effect until the 4 lanes on northbound area are fully reopened. In other news, oil prices will increase in the last week of March. Effective on Tuesday, March 25, 6 a.m., Shell Pilipinas, Caltex, and Sea Oil will implement gasoline increase of 1 peso and 10 centavos per liter, while kerosene and diesel will go up by 40 centavos per liter. Clean fuels price hikes will take effect at 4:01 p.m., with gasoline increasing by 1 peso and 10 centavos per liter and diesel by 40 centavos per liter. Assistant Director Rodela Romero of the DOE Oil Industry Management Bureau cited Israel's expansion of ground operations across Gaza, Middle East tensions, and China's Consumption Action Plan as factors affecting oil prices. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and Dex account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I'm Marita Moahed. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.